Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. So today's video is a little bit of housekeeping. I have two and a half things to tell you. And then I wanted to do a couple question and answers. I haven't done a question and answer session in a while, so I thought today would be a good day for that. So let me get right into the first thing I need to tell you, and that is that today, the day that you're seeing this video, I had to go back in for surgery. I'm going back in for foot surgery. In the fall, I stepped on a rock and I twisted my foot and I ended up doing massive damage to it. I cannot believe how much damage a little dinky rock did to my foot. I ended up having to go in for surgery. They put a screw into my foot, and now this surgery is for removing that screw. So I'm actually pretty excited about it because the screw's been bothering me and I'm excited to get it removed, and I'm hoping that the pain will go away if I have the screw removed. The doctor said that this surgery was way less intense than my last surgery and I should recover a lot more quickly, but you know, who knows how I'm going to recover after surgery. So I just wanted to let you all know, just in case I don't have a video up one day over the next week or two, it's because I'm recovering from my surgery. So I just wanted to give you all a heads up. I am nervous about the surgery, but I'm more excited because I want to get my foot healed. I'm so tired of wearing a boot. I still have to wear a boot after the surgery for a little bit, but then I think once the pain goes away, I will be able to get the boot off. We'll see what the podiatrist says. So I feel like it keeps changing depending on how it's healing. So it's been this big ordeal and I'm hoping I'm coming to the end of it, especially because the gardening season is coming up and I want to be full speed, but I'm telling myself after the surgery, I'm going to give myself plenty of time to sit and rest and heal. And that's why I wanted to tell you all, just be aware if I miss a video, I miss a video or two over the next week or so. So that was the first thing I wanted to tell all of you. The second thing I wanted to tell all of you is that I am going to the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival up in Seattle, Washington. It is from February 14th through the 18th, and it's at the Seattle Convention Center. I am going to be there 16th, 17th, and 18th, and I'll be hanging around the Proven Winners booth. So I would love, if any of you live in that area or if you're planning to go to the festival, please stop by and say hi because I would love that. And I'm super excited to go. When Proven Winners asked if I wanted to go, my response was yes, I absolutely want to go. Yes, it's 2 weeks after my surgery. So, I'm willing to not go if I can't after my surgery, but I feel like my last surgery, I was feeling better after 2 weeks. So we'll see how it is. I do want to say I don't have to be on the scooter after this surgery. I can go back to walking right away. So that's why I'm going to the festival, if you all are thinking I'm crazy at this point. So anyway, the festival seems like it'll be really fun. Proven Winners is going to have a booth there showing a whole bunch of their plants. And I don't want to say I'm working the booth, but I'm kind of working the booth, which I'm really excited about. So if you're there, stop by, say hi. I might be there a little bit on Thursday, but I will definitely be there all day Friday, all day Saturday, and probably half of the day on Sunday. So stop by and say hi. The other kind of a half of an announcement I wanted to talk to you all about is an upcoming merchandise. We are, and by we, I mean Courtney and I. Courtney works with me and helps me out with all the, the business stuff. That stuff. So we are doing a Mother's Day merchandise product launch. And a lot of it's going to be Mother's Day themed. We're going to do some Mother's Day gift boxes that we're really, really excited about. But I also wanted to kind of tell all of you, just kind of unofficially, because we're going to also get some extra stuff as well. And I wanted to see if there was anything in particular you all were looking for from the digplantwaterrepeat store. So I know I have a whole bunch of back in stock requests for things that sold out from my holiday merchandise launch. So I have all those requests, but if there's anything else, just let me know, just so that Courtney and I can can have an idea of the type of products that we're looking for. We're having so much fun with the products. It's just her and I. We're here in the office. We turn on music and we're packing everything up, and it's been really, really fun, and we're getting better at it, right? We're getting faster, we're getting more efficient, we're getting better. So I feel like we can ramp it up a little bit. But you know, it's still going to be small potatoes here at the Dig Plant Water Repeat store. So anyway, that's what I wanted to tell all of you, and all of you moms out there. Kind of have Dig Plant Water Repeat in the back of your mind for your wish list for your kids. So that's it for my announcements. Like I said, 2.5 announcements. Surgery tomorrow, well, today, if you're watching this today, and then the Northwest Flower Festival up in Seattle. Did I say the dates? It's February 14th through 18th, and I'm going to be there the 16th, 17th, and I'm leaving the 18th, so I'll probably be there on the 18th, the morning of the 18th. I'll let you know if that changes, but I'm Friday and Saturday for sure. I'll be there. So anyway, those are the announcements that I wanted to talk to you all about. Let's get into the question and answer session right now. I haven't done a Q&A in a really, really long time. I just feel like, I'm an open book. So it's like, what questions really are there? But when I really do read through the comment section and really look for questions, I do find questions that people ask, like often, like there are multiple people are asking the same question. So I picked one of those so that I can answer that. You guys know how Q&A sessions work. My computer screen's over here, so I'm looking at it right there. The first set of questions was about my picture hanging skills when I redid my dining room video just earlier this week. I think that was Monday. You all saw that on Monday. And it's so funny because so many people were asking about this in the comment section, how I hang pictures, because I actually filmed me how I do it and talking about how I do it. And I thought, oh, nobody wants to see this. Everyone knows how to hang a picture. And so I didn't put that in the video. And so that's really, I'm kicking myself for not putting that in the video. So just to go through kind of quickly on how I did it. Basically, you get painter's tape and you turn the picture over and you stretch the painter's tape across the whole width of the picture frame. And then you make little marks where the hooks are, and that's where you're going to put your nails. And then you take another piece of painter tape and you stretch it vertically across the entire picture frame. You make little marks where that first piece of tape crosses it, so you know where where they match up. And then you put it on the wall and you use your spirit level, your leveler, to make sure that that horizontal one is straight. And then you know exactly where the top and bottom of your picture frame is and where the side to side of your picture frame is. So if you're doing a gallery wall, it makes it so that your spaces in between are even. It's not foolproof, but it's the way that I've figured out how to hang pictures for myself. I'm sure there's other better ways to do it, but that was just how I did it in that video. Hopefully that makes sense. Next question is, it makes me a little embarrassed to talk about it, but I get it because I have asked this question many times with people that I've seen online as well, and that is asking about my makeup. So I can totally appreciate why you want to know. Just know that I am, like when I sit here, not today, because it's dark right now because I'm trying to get this video done before my surgery. But usually when I'm sitting in this spot, it's like the perfect lighting. So everything looks really good. All the makeup looks 1,000 times better than it looks in real life. Just wanted to tell you all that. But I will link most of the makeup that I use in the description down below. I use MAC Omega for my eyes. I use MAC Nylon for my inner eye. NARS blush, NARS lip gloss when I actually am wearing lip gloss. Yeah, so I know one way to do my makeup and I do it that way every single time. And if I have to go to a fancy event, I just do it a little bit darker. So I am no expert on makeup, and I'm sure that I have a lot more to learn, but those are the colors that I use, if those of you were wondering. The one tip I do have for makeup is MAC Prep and Prime. I love that stuff. I feel like it makes your skin look really, really good when you use that after you put on your makeup. So I'll link that in the description down below as well. So hopefully that answers the questions, those of you that have questions about my makeup. And I appreciate that. It is flattering, and thank you. Next question is from, well, it's from the video that I did with Fanula with the David Austin roses. So Cape Cod Cottage Garden says, awesome video. If you could score a visit to her personal garden and bring us along, that would be amazing. And I had a couple people ask that same thing, and I'm working on it. That's my answer to that question. I'm working on it. I've already talked to her about it, and she seems pretty open to it. So hopefully I get in and we can film her garden and y'all can see, because I've never seen it, but the way she talks about it is, it's just so awe-inspiring, and I would love to see it too. Especially, she has 70 roses, you guys. Actually, she has more than 70. She just stopped counting at 70, which is crazy. So yes, I am working on a garden tour of Fanula's garden. Of course, we'll wait until there's nothing blooming right now. So we'll wait, but I'm working on it. Next question is regarding my orange trees, my beautiful orange trees in the front yard. I was talking about, I think this was my January garden tour video. I was talking about how many oranges I had. And Liz says, if you don't have a juicer, you must buy one and juice your excess oranges. There's nothing quite like fresh orange juice for breakfast. And Liz, we did just that. We went out and we bought a power, like an automatic juicer, and we have been juicing our oranges and have had fresh squeezed orange juice. Not to brag, I'm so sorry everybody, but we've had fresh squeezed orange juice every morning for breakfast for weeks now, and it's been amazing. Shay goes out, Shay or Sadie go out, they pick the oranges, and really they're the ones who juice it, and it's just, my mouth is watering right now. I want some. I did find, I was saying I have so many excess oranges. I did find, or my friend sent me a program that they do. I think it's called Harvest for the Hungry. I'll see if I can find a flyer or a picture and put it right here. But basically they will come to your property and they will harvest your fruit for you and take it to a food bank. So I'm going to call them and have them come out, especially because like we've been eating oranges nonstop and there's still tons on the tree. And now that I'm going back in for surgery, I won't be able to harvest it all myself. So it just seems like the perfect thing. So they're probably going to come out within the next week or two or so, hopefully. So Roxy Baby, among others, lots of people have asked this. Here she says, great video, Janie. What program do you use to plan out or draw your various gardens? I would really like to do this, but feel a bit overwhelmed by knowing where to start. So I use paper and colored pencil. Here's an example of my gardening plan. Sorry, it's backwards for you, I think. This is the Secret Shade Garden. And so basically I just measure and map out, this is 1/8 inch equals 1 inch. I get one of these things right here. And if you draw it to scale in that 1/8 of an inch equals 1 inch, you can figure out to scale with these exactly how big your plants are when you see, when you see on the plant tag or on the website or something like that, if it says it's a foot across, then you have to draw a circle that's 1/8 of an inch across, and they have markings and they tell you what to do. So it's just a way that you can plan out your garden for size wise, and then I just color. And it's very rudimentary, but honestly that's how I do it. I've tried using computer programs, and it seemed like a lot of work for setup. I'm sure once I set it all up, it will be really easy to redo every year. But I just really like doing it on paper. Let me show you guys one more thing. This ruler right here, do you see this? It's a 3-sided ruler. I think it's called a drafting ruler. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's called a drafting ruler. But the reason why this ruler is cool is because they have specific proportional measurements. So for instance, this one, you can't see it, but this is the 1/8 ruler. So it has ticks for every 1/8 of an inch. So if I scaled my drawing to 1/8 of an inch equals 1 foot, then I know here on this ruler how many 1/8 of inches. So if I go here and I draw to the number 8, then I know that's 8 1/8 inches, and that means it's 8 feet. So it just makes it really, really easy for your brain to, you don't have to do math with every little thing. You just look on here and say, okay, I need a 10-foot wall, and you draw it to the number 10, or I need a 6-foot wall, and you draw it to the number 6. So this, I use colored pencils, and paper I use. So that is what I use to plan out my garden. That's what I've been doing for the past couple years, and it works really well for me. I was just talking to the camera for like 15 minutes and I forgot to press record. I can't believe I did that. Oh, I'm so frustrated. Okay, I'm going to re-answer some questions that I already answered. So this one is from Ron. Ron asks, Janie, when a seed pack has 6 to 8 weeks start, which date do you pick and why? So this was in regards to my garden planning video when I talked about like when I make my gardening calendar and when I plan out when I'm going to sow my seeds. And I completely recommend doing it that way, getting it down on paper so that you don't forget when you have to start everything or harden off everything or transplant everything, because I am definitely one that forgets if I don't write it down. So Ron, to answer your question, it depends, right? And so for me, I usually err on the shorter side because I live in a warmer environment. Things grow more quickly for me, and I do a lot of my seed starting indoors, and so I know things are going to grow pretty fast, and I don't want the seedlings to get too big before it's time for me to take them out. So you kind of have to think about the growing environment that your seeds are in and your ultimate plan after you start your seeds. If you live in a really cool area and maybe you are struggling to give them warmth down in your basement, and when you plant them out, it's going to be kind of cool and the soil is going to be really cool, you might want to err on the longer side so that those seeds have plenty of time to grow, because you know they're going to grow slower, because obviously the cooler it is, the slower that they're going to grow. So just kind of think of it like that. If you feel like you're midway and you're not one way or the other, just go for the 7 weeks if it's between 6 and 8 weeks. But my answer is I usually err on the shorter side because things grow pretty quickly for me in my California environment. I mean, it was 68 degrees today. It's ridiculous. Next question is from the same garden planning video, from Taste the Ginger. He or she says, hi, I'm wondering if you prefer plastic seed trays or seed blocking with the metal plunger thing. And what they're talking about is soil blocking. And I've done both, and I really like soil blocking for one way, and I really hate it for another way. I really like it for one way because it takes up no room at all. You can get so many seeds on just one little stupid tray. Like, it's amazing how much you can fit. So if you have a lot of seeds to start, soil blocking is totally the way to go, especially if you don't have a ton of room. The downside of soil blocking is the watering. Oh my goodness. Those blocks are so small and they're open to the air and they dry out so quickly. So you have to water them absolutely every day. You cannot forget or they'll die. Ask me how I know. So I don't love soil blocking, especially when I'm not doing a whole bunch of seedlings, because I just feel like I'll kill them and I'll forget. When I use the plastic seed trays, I have a little bit more grace period with watering. And so I've kind of been leaning heavily on those just because of that reason. But again, if I was to do like a huge seed starting session, seed blocking obviously would be the way to go. But then I would have to stay on top of the watering and not forget. I just have to answer this. Wendy says, was that a large bug or a small bird that flew in and out of the left side of the screen at 16:12? Wendy, it was a fly. If you ever see anything flying in front of the camera, it's a fly. I have a horse lives right there, sheep live over there, and goats live over there. And so I am smack in the middle of farmland, and there are lots and lots and lots of flies. I have a fly swatter somewhere around here. Oh, it's hanging on the wall right now. I actually hung it up because I'm usually using it because flies they're bad. They are really bad here. And I'm getting used to it. But when we first moved here, it was like, oh my gosh, there's flies everywhere. And I think that that's just part of living in the country. So I'm getting used to it. But if you ever see it in a video, it's 99% of the time it's a fly. Sometimes it's a hummingbird. I have had a hummingbird fly around a couple times behind me, but it's probably a fly. Okay, so I think that that's going to be it for the question and answer session. I did think about one more thing that I wanted to talk to you all about. I am interested in going live on YouTube. They kind of push it to content creators a lot. They say like, you should go live, you should go live. But I've always been kind of nervous about it because it's live, right? I don't know what to do. It's live. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a couple practice sessions, right? So if you all see me coming on and it says Dig Plant Water Repeat is going live, I'm probably trying to work out all the kinks so that I can do some live sessions. I thought it would be fun. I love watching Erin from The Impatient Gardener. She does lives with a drink, and you know, she just sits there and she talks about plants on the chat with everybody, and it just is so much fun. So I thought that that would be a really fun thing to do as well. I just don't know how to do it quite yet. So I just wanted to warn you all, if you see a couple live videos happening, just know I'm just trying to work out the kinks. So it is dark now. I have a bunch of stuff to do to prepare for surgery. My surgery's at 5:45 in the morning. It's crazy. The good news is I'm a pro at surgery now, and I know what to do. I know I have to meal prep a couple meals. I know I got to set up my area on the couch, and I know I need to finish all the laundry so my kids have socks. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to do that now. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.